What? Okay, what did that do? What? Don't touch it. Are you, like... Do you also have amnesia? What's happening? Hardy? Arturos, are you mute now?
I tried to pick up the deck. I don't know what happened. What the heck?
Great opening.
Okay. The meter was bad, so Jill can't tell it's in rhyme yet. There's no pattern yet.
The rest of the deck is still sitting on the table.
I'm gonna make an executive decision. Do not touch that deck.
Perhaps I've changed my mind. I'm going to leave this behind.
Wait. Are you doing a bit?
You know, I think it's time for a costume change, says Cacophony from out in the hallway.
Oh, here we go.
And then she claps her hands, twirls, and a moment later, instead of being a sexy witch, and then suddenly she's standing there instead in a sexy Dracula costume.
That seems offensive somehow. Just given the location. Maybe insensitive is better?
Not my problem.
How did you do that?
I'm very good at costume changes, Alviva. You know this.
Yeah, you remember the party.
I mean, yeah, but when you... We bought the costumes.
Imagine it showing off more cleavage, of course.
Let's
Very
see.
good.
Oh, wow.
That covers more than mine does!
All right, you are all back in the hallway with the drawing room behind you.
So, my devilish dear, what is your name?
What?
What's your name, my dear?
It's me. It's Juliana. You know me. We
Jill. What a Juliana.
Yes.
What a beautiful name.
What?
Sounds musical, even.
Huh?
Oh, we can just talk over this. It's some kind of curse. Listen, Cacophony, this is Juliana. She's been part of our party the whole time. You can't remember her because of some kind of card magics.
Alviva,
Yes?
you've been in the Feywilds on and off, so I imagine maybe it's addled your brain.
Oh, how dare you?
Come on. Like, it's been the three of us for a while. I mean, you remember the Scarecrow, right?
Of course I do. Have you been reading my mind, my dear?
What?
A Cacophony checks to make sure she still has her mind-reading necklace, and when she does,
Yes.
I
yes.
know that little trick, don't worry.
No, the mind reading pen you got from Ariadne when we completed a job for her. We found a big glowing rock. Made plants come alive in a cave.
Yeah, she's been here the whole time, Cacophony. It's a curse.
All right. Of course, I will play along.
Hold up. When Captain Bondar wandered in and you brought her to a temple to get healed, where did you take her?
Honestly, I can't remember. That was a long time ago.
I think we just gotta keep moving forward, and then, like, once we're out of the castle, the memories will come back.
Doors!
Oh, God.
No, around the edge, Cacophony, the edge!
Nope! Cacophony, please make a dexterity saving throw.
You got it. 25.
Yep.
Jesus.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, you did that to our
let's
bard.
see. This statue, this gargoyle, and this gargoyle pretty much cover the room in two 40-foot cones of fire. But you only take half damage, which is, you only take 5 damage. It was a very low intensity cone of fire. Then you hear a loud click.
Ow, that burns.
Cacophony!
Ugh. Doors, she says again.
Edges.
Is the fire still going?
No, it's they shoot out of the mouths. It's you would think it was comparable to the spell Burning Hands.
Okay, but it's like, it goes and then it's gone, then.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm glad that wasn't me that heat would have me beat.
Artie, is it me or have you become more poetic recently?
This is the silver door with the gold design of the tree on it.
I like trees. I like this one.
Oh, Juliana, these are my friends, Mr.
I
Hurst,
know who they
Alviva,
are.
and Arturos.
so well aware of who everyone is, including you.
I mean, maybe should we play along? Maybe it is nice to meet you, Juliana. I'm Alviva.
Alf, please.
Maybe it'll help.
Will it?
I don't know.
I don't. This is just making me feel worse.
Okay.
Cacophony opens the doors.
Great.
Question mark?
Loving it. Loving it.
Chris, are you aware of what emotion I rolled today?
No.
Okay, so I rolled, I random rolled to see what emotion Cacophony would be feeling, and I rolled Fury/Confidence, and then my positive trait is you stand tall and strong so others can lean on you, and my flaw is the best option is one that's swift, unexpected, and overwhelming.
Wonderful.
Do you understand why I told you it was bad?
Joey, you're yelling a lot.
This door leads to a very long hallway. It is about 70 feet long, I think. Yeah,
I'm
70
sure
feet
this
long.
hallway is perfectly normal and fun.
Christopher.
There are statues in the hallway every 10 feet. And down at the end of the hallway, you can see light reflecting off another one of those ornate silver doors. There are also bloodstains on the floor in front of one of the statues.
That seems fine.
And you can see movement down at the far end as well that you recognize as a flail snail.
Oh, what?
That's adorable.
Do I
honestly.
recognize a flail snail?
A flail snail? It's like a 5 foot tall snail with like a flail for a head
What?
and a very shiny like pearlescent shell.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's a medium sized creature.
Oh my
That
gosh.
looks super cute, honestly.
Oh my gosh.
I kind of want to hug it.
No, honey, no.
I'm going to
It-
shoot it.
It appears to just be like minding its own business, sort of going back and forth at the end of the hallway.
It doesn't even care about us.
How about we wait until it starts to be aggressive? In the meantime, let's deal with the bloodstains on the floor. And all these statues.
I don't trust the statues.
Cacophony kind of peeks inside, looks at the floor to look for like when
Pressure
they
plates?
yes, thank you.
I'm gonna roll a perception check, just looking for anything that is bad on this room.
Just a quick backup perception
Yeah.
check.
That's an 18.
I got a 10.
You don't notice anything strange about the floor other than the very large bloodstain in front of that second statue. So yeah, total there are 14 statues in the hallway of various.
So cute. What a good snail.
I
Very good snail.
don't trust this at all.
He's a friend. The snail is just kind of wandering around at this end of the hallway, just kind of like it bonks one of its flail heads against
Oh
the
my gosh.
Okay, it is cute. I don't want to shoot it
Precious.
anymore.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
sort of moving like you would expect a Roomba to move.
Oh, so it hits an obstacle, turns 10 degrees, hits an obstacle, turns 10 degrees, turns an obstacle until it finds something with it, like a way through.
Exactly, but it's like a very slow Roomba.
So we
Got
can
it.
just trap it in a corner pretty easily.
Oh my gosh.
I notice, to my delight, none of you have entered this hallway yet.
Nope.
Cacophony steps in.
No, Cacophony, you are not. You are. Arturos or Mr. Hurst, can one of you please go first?
Mr. Hurst is gonna go first.
There's something as tall as me, and I fear I may have to flee.
She has half her health right now. Wait. What are you doing? Are you doing this on purpose? What is happening here?
Mr. Hurst, as you walk into the hallway, you do notice that the statues that you can see, they do appear to be of humans, but all of these statues have been, you would probably describe it as viciously defaced.
Oh.
Well, that's rude.
Just like, like eyes chipped out, like some of them just like the whole faces have been shattered. Like when Goku hits the ground, it looks like that.
I don't anime, I don't know what that means.
Like when Goku hits the ground. like when Yamcha was dead that one time.
Like, Goku?
Yeah.
Have you heard of Goku?
Goku.
You shelved all those Dragon Ball Zs in the library. kid. You have to know Goku.
You know a Goku.
Please, it's Dragon Ball Z here.
The stone has been shattered
God,
with a great
really?
impact.
Really, Zed? That's terrible. Why do you people do that?
Then please.
It's in the theme song, Alexei.
It's called patriotism.
Okay, at least we have Beast Wars, not Beasties.
So, Mr. Hurst takes a look at the statues, goes, huh, that's real rude.
Cacophony peers down at the bloodstain to see if it maybe looks like somebody was hit by a flail.
Investigation.
21.
This bloodstain looks more like... It is not like an impact bloodstain, it is a dragged bloodstain.
Oh.
It looks like a body or some large source of blood, not necessarily a dead body, but I mean, was dragged to this statue.
Oh, somebody was dragged here as they were bleeding all over the ground.
Oh, that's delightful.
How's their face look?
All the faces are carved out of the statues. What do you
Yeah.
mean?
This face in particular doesn't look like it was smashed in and would have been super bloody. Just curious.
How does this statue look?
Oh, this is one of the ones that has like the big Dragon Ball Z shadow.
This one is super shattered.
You got like a Medusa situation.
Yeah, I think I know where all the blood came from.
Look at that snail, though. He's so
It is cute.
It's
Oh.
so cute.
But we could kind of just like pick it off from a distance.
I
But I don't want to hurt it.
I don't want to hurt the snail.
Maybe we just walk past it?
I love him. Just for the viewers, for the listeners at home, Chris is actively moving this snail around the room.
And just saying bonk every time he hits something.
Chris, can Mr. Hurst roll, like a wisdom check of some kind to see if he anticipates danger in this hallway?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go for it.
It's Mr.
Let's do
Hurst,
it.
so he got a 4.
He does not.
Look, the blood is old and dried. Everything's fine.
Alright, Mr. Hurst is gonna go say hi to the flail snail.
Cacophony will trot 5 steps behind Mr. Hurst.
No.
Gonna linger in the back of the room.
When Mr. Hurst gets close to the flail snail, it, like within 20 feet or so, it gets up under its shell.
Oh, it's okay, buddy.
Precious, I'm so sorry we scared you.
Little friend.
Is it a beast?
A flail snail is a creature. No, it is not a beast. It is actually an elemental, it turns out.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't talk to it.
Precious baby, says Cacophony, and then walks over to the doors.
Yeah, I guess let's just slowly walk past it.
Yeah, she kind of skirts around the edge to not scare the flail snail any more than that.
The door at the far end of the hallway is, again, the finely fancy worked silver with gold inlay. But this time it's not just a singular image like the one of the tree on the door behind you. This is a whole scene, and it's a very pastoral scene. It's a couple sort of having a picnic in a clearing in a forest. There's like animals around. Give me a perception check.
Okay. 10.
Yeah, it's a very nice.
It's very pretty. It's pretty. She looks it over, tries to see if she notices any particular aspect of the store, or maybe if she knows something about it. And then, upon not, she just opens the door.
What? You've checked for
Cool. You open the door to reveal a very large and kind of surprisingly brightly lit room. It has the walls of the room only go up about 3 feet or so, and the rest of it is glass panes, because you have just walked into the conservatory.
Ooh.
Oh,
Big ol' room full of plants.
love it.
Not a chapel.
There appears to be very, very bright moonlight outside.
It was never a chapel.
Shh. Hush. Annie.
It's okay, Strahd can get married in here at all, it's fine.
Annie. How dare.
You showed me this map when you were making it!
I did show you this map when I was making it.
You showed me the map when you were here for the other party you ran this for. I know I know it was the chapel.
Used to be a chapel. Now it's a conservatory. Shh.
I have been through this castle like 4 times in our campaign, Christopher.
It's a very different castle. You just wait. At the northern end of the conservatory is a very strange tree. The trunk is silver. The leaves appear to be made of some kind of glittering green crystal, and there are golden pears.
Do
hanging
not
from its
eat the
branches.
pears.
Ooh.
Never
Why would I eat one of
never
those
eat the
pears?
fruit from a golden tree.
Why would you eat one of the pears? They're made of gold. That would hurt.
Never eat the metal fruit.
At the southern end is a tree that looks almost as strange. It is a gnarled and withered tree, completely dead, devoid of any leaves or life whatsoever. In the center is a very large grouping of bushes, and there is a bubbling fountain set against the western wall.
Alviva!
Yes?
This seems like a you area.
I do like it. I am also going to look at those doors, though. With the animals and stuff.
I'm gonna go look at the fountain.
Was that a perception to give it a good look over?
Ooh, okay, we're gonna have to do this in order.
Uh-oh.
Yes, give me a perception roll, Alfiva.
Okay. That would be a 19.
Yes, you, upon looking, it takes a minute to sort of realize it, given the incredible amount of detail work in this scene, but what first appears to be a very lovely and pastoral scene is actually very, very bad. The picnickers that appear to be having a nice time are actually clawing at their throats as though they've been poisoned. There are bodies hanging from the copse of trees in the background, and the animals are pursued by predators such as wolves. There's a flower bed, and some of the flowers are not actually flowers. They're skeletal hands digging their way up from beneath.
What the fuck?
Meanwhile,
It's a very bad scene. Also, Annie,
yes.
Jill is going to be taking... Ooh, yikes.
Yikes.
11 damage
Awesome.
as one of the bushes rises up from the dirt and smacks you with a dead body.
Like a whole dead body?
A whole dead body.
So the
Please
bush
roll
is like
initiative.
wielding the corpse.
Uh-huh.
Awesome.
For the record, this wasn't my fault.
Hey guys, I know this is going to surprise you, but that nice pastoral scene is actually spooky.
Really?
Can everyone get inside so that this evil plant bush thing doesn't harm the snail?
Mr. Hearst is gonna rush into the room.
Alrighty. I've got, can I get Jill's initiative?
8.
Artie?
8.
Alfiva?
19?
Excellent. Cacophony.
7.
And Mr. Hurst.
18.
Alright, Alfifa is going to go first.
Okay. I'm going to go up to this thing and stab it with my swords.
Alrighty.
Just in case you were wondering if Alviva was still Alviva.
I have swords. I will use my swords. And the first one is a 11 to hit.
Does not hit. You managed to miss a tree.
Listen, it's wiggling and stuff. The next one, with the other hand, is a 24.
That hits.
Alright, I do 10 damage.
Alrighty.
And I hit again, because I'm cool like that. For a 25. Better and better.
Hits.
It would another 8 damage. So I just rush in, slashing away at this thing.
Alright, Mr. Hurst.
Mr. Hearst is also going to rush in and try and headbutt it.
Headbutt the tree.
Headbutt the tree. That is a 20. Dirty 20.
Hits.
Yay. All right. He does 7 bludgeoning damage.
And, is that his whole turn?
Well, hang on. He's got charge, which means if he moves at least 20 feet straight towards the target and hits it with a headbutt attack, it takes an extra 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, alright. Yeah.
So that's an extra 7 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Alrighty.
If the target is a creature, it must succeed on a DC 14 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Uprooted.
It is not knocked prone.
Got it, she beefy.
It does, however, slowly rotate to see Alviva and Mr. Hurst. All of a sudden, Alviva, you see the spectral image of the Enchanter card sort of appear in front of your vision and then dissolve. And the rest of you see visible hearts rising up from the giant corpse flower, the giant bush that is holding dead bodies.
I think it likes you, Alviva.
It drops one of the 4 dead bodies that it's holding, and the sort of tentacle-like vine comes to rest on Alviva's shoulder. And you can tell that if it could talk, it would be going, hey.
The tentacle-like vines, you say?
It reaches up with another vine and plucks one of the actual flowers from the top and offers it to you.
Cacophony puts her hand to her chest and swoons slightly. How romantic.
Juliana just got smacked with a body and is just aghast.
I think that the tentacle arm on the shoulder was not received with much more than confusion, but at the flower, there's actually a little bit of a blush. Thank you. I'll take it and put it in my hair, which is where flowers go.
That is the corpse flower's turn. Juliana?
Is this thing gonna keep attacking me with corpses, or is combat done?
I think it likes Alviva.
Perhaps you should just come around.
Yeah, I'm just gonna slowly back up. Just leave that attack radius and go over towards this fountain very slowly, walking backwards.
Alright, Artie's turn.
Arturus is very confused. He just saw a plant flirt, doesn't know how to feel about this. Then again, he is a fish man.
So he's familiar with tentacles.
He is very familiar with tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if all of you think it's weird, this is not how I planned this encounter to go.
Welcome to JEMJAMMER, Chris. It's horny.
So Annie, where do trees festooned with dead bodies fall? No?
No.
Okay.
I need someone to give me advice. This tree is suddenly nice.
I have advice. Notably, in that poem that they said at the beginning, it was, but green is, find green where it ought to be, but isn't. I would say it ought to be in the green room. Offer what the vampire craves to sate the thirst of its guardian, and vampires are horny, and thirst is horny.
Can we wait to solve some riddles until we're sure if this thing's gonna try to kill us?
No, I'm saying this is probably the guardian, and it obviously thirsts for Alviva.
You remember all that?
Yes.
But you don't remember me.
Who are you? Juliana. I don't know why you think I would remember Juliana other than you're a fan who showed up and obviously knows me.
Ew, I'm not, no.
Could you elaborate more on what you think I have to do with this plant?
Can you smooch it?
Can I smooch it? Which
do you,
I don't.
Hold up. Do you want
which
to
part
smooch
would I
it?
smooch?
Only smooch it if you want to. Consent is key.
You did give me a flower. That was pretty nice.
It is also holding 3 more bloated corpses.
I don't like that.
It smells kind of bad.
Hey, plant. Could you maybe not with the corpses? It's not that I want to tell you to change, but they kind of it's a little uncomfortable.
It's a deal breaker.
The bush sort of straightens up and quickly hides the 3 remaining adventurer corpses behind its back. Which means that they come perilously close to hitting Jill again.
Well, thank you.
Oh, they're covered in maggots.
Oh, don't tell me about the maggots.
Oh, they smell so bad.
It smells quite bad.
It's so bad. Why can't they just be fertilizer?
Idly, Cacophony prestidigitates good smells around her face.
Could I get some good smells also?
Prestidigitation.
I got a thing for this, and she puts on the
Yeah, you do.
puts on the Space Fun helmet. Oh, that's so much better.
How does it go over the horse?
Halloween magic, Rio.
You don't want to deal with that. Alright, well, Arcturus doesn't know what to do, so he just stands there impotently.
Cacophony prestidigitates good smells around Alviva. Now maybe smooch.
Maybe smooch.
If you want to.
I don't recommend kissing the big rotting plant.
I recommend kissing.
Don't, please
Alviva
don't.
steps closer.
No, this is... I feel like we read one of these.
I don't normally do this kind of thing.
The corpse flower, like one of the flowers on top of it there, sort of bursts with these spores, and so like there is now like a shimmering pink background to this. And then these flowers, like the one up here and the one down here, sort of like straighten up in their pods, and they start doing like emitting a noise, and it's like.
Oh my god, it's the Enchanted Tiki Room!
It's basically the visual and auditory equivalent of when Haruka and Michiru enter a scene
yeah,
in
I was
Sailor
gonna
Moon.
say.
It's that. Yeah, it's exactly that.
Which is irresistible. I don't even know. Alviva leans in, not sure what part of a plant.
She's like 18 and she was raised in the woods. This is her first kiss, isn't it? This is definitely her first kiss, isn't it?
Yes.
I am gonna need Alviva to make a Constitution saving throw.
A Cacophony gives Alviva an inspiration by going, "You can do it, darling."
Oh,
Bardic
God.
inspiration for you, Alviva.
Thank you. Does that add a d6 or
At my level, it actually adds a D8.
d8? So that would be 11.
How badly did you whiff it?
Pretty badly. Rolled a 5. Not great as far as Constitution goes either, but listen, I'm vulnerable in love.
You, in fact, smooch the corpse flower.
And how does it feel?
It's a
Nauseating.
word picture, Christopher.
Yeah, what's the texture?
Uh-huh.
Moisture levels?
How's
Like
the
the
pH?
leaves are waxy, I guess.
Okay.
But the main thing is the overpowering smell. Like you are like cartoonishly turning green.
Prestidigitation.
Yes, and
Oh,
Where'd the slime
also,
come from?
also, Alviva is now incapacitated.
I sure am.
Does she fall back into Mr. Hearst's arms?
Yes.
Mr. Hearst, like, almost doesn't catch her.
Just fall.
Look, it's like Andre the Giant. He's really only got to get one hand there.
Yeah, she, like, almost hits the ground before Mr. Hearst, like, grabs her by the arm and pulls her up.
Full on swoon.
Congratulations. You have defeated my corpse flower. Can I erase this hit point total off my whiteboard here?
Oh no!
It's still alive.
It's just kind of here.
Is it blushing?
It's very difficult to tell if a plant is blushing.
Okay. Combat over.
Combat over. No longer in initiative order.
I'm gonna slowly turn around, put my back to the corpse flower, and look at this fountain.
Yeah, those three dead bodies are sort of like, they look like they're looking at you, but they're not looking
Yeah.
at you.
Give
That's
us
great.
some privacy here.
Jill wanted to examine the fountain.
Yes, please.
Perception check.
Okay. Oh, nat 1. I whiffed it.
Did the characters themselves get this big poem that you gave us?
Yes, I have done it as a handout so that all of you can see it, and it is in both the formatted, cool parchment style and also
Wait.
like just text.
Okay, so
Wait.
we all have a copy in our clothes or stuff.
We all memorized it
Gross.
instantly.
You all heard it and memorized it.
Oh, No.
We're adventurers. We're cool like that.
No, is it, Christopher, is it written down?
I mean, like, it's not like a envelope appeared in front of you, so you do not have it written down.
Okay.
Okay.
I am not sure why you are asking. It's not like there's...
I'm
there's
asking because Arturos is not the type to have memorized something after only hearing it once.
And it's
Okay.
dubious to whether or not he can even read.
He won't read it, and therefore I need to know.
I feel like as a bard, Cacophony would have remembered it.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
So if no one else, Cacophony's got it.
Alright.
Mr. Hurst has got it.
I'll say Alviva's got it.
After about 10 seconds, Alviva
Jill's
is
got
no
it.
longer incapacitated, by the way.
Oh my.
Prestidigitation.
So this is a fountain.
Yes.
That's about
I like-
all I got.
I think we could have told you that.
That was quite the gift for a young miss.
Do,
Oh my god.
do we just have like a
The,
corpse flower friend now?
Cacophony, is it always like that?
That for your first time? Almost always.
Oh man.
Oh my god. I am not... I will tell you right now, and Annie, you can explain this. The corpse flower is not joining the party. It is not going to follow you around.
Well, I was
I'm not
going to try very hard, so...
Chris, you don't want us to collect sidekicks?
Yeah, in the game that I run for Annie, there are 5 PCs, and I have to play 4 other characters.
Yeah, we've
With the
collected
party
enough
at all
sidekicks.
times.
Most of them confident women.
In fact, there's actually 6. It's just 2 of them you have in pockets. You forget about.
killed. One of them you killed, Christopher.
But Chris,
That's
how
not
can
even counting him.
You can't give me a plant partner and then take them away. We've developed a beautiful relationship, Alviva and this plant. We can't say goodbye.
That
They're
was
gonna
your
be an
first
audience
kiss,
favorite.
Chris.
Alright,
True
she
love.
already paid.
Young love.
Young love.
It's the
Uh,
most powerful thing in the world.
If it was not obvious, the enchanter was the next monster you encounter falls madly in love with you.
Yes.
Thank God I didn't pull that one.
It could
Didn't
have
know it
been
was going
like
to be a plant.
yeah, could have been like a cool vampire. Was a plant. It worked out very well.
I mean, I guess technically it would have been the flail snail, but it was up in its shell by the time you walked past it. So
There was a narrowly dodged bullet. I don't know if I loved kissing a flower, but a snail would have been worse.
Yeah, it's got all those little slime.
the slime.
all right, so
On the other hand, he comes with his own real estate.
That's true.
quick recap. The corpse flower is sort of like swaying at Alviva. There is the strange silver tree to the north, and the strange dead tree to the south. There's also a sort of bench with some beakers and cauldrons and such over here in the south, and a couple of benches that are kind of blocking this passageway. And then there is this alcove on the northern side that appears to lead to a stairway going up. And there's the fountain. The only thing that Jill notices about the fountain is it's a little bit deeper than you would expect.
Huh.
That's about it.
This is a weird fountain. I think.
That tree has gold. Let us be bold.
Nope, says Cacophony, and grabs Artery because that's why she moved up next to him. And that's why she'd walked up next to him.
And that's what it takes.
How close did you get to the tree?
Hey, apparently I got grabbed. Immediately, so not very.
Then yeah, it's as far as you know, it is a you honestly can't tell if it is a real tree or not. The trunk and branches are look like shiny silver. The pears appear to be at least golden in color, and the leaves are green translucent crystal, a little bit lighter than you would expect from like an emerald green, but very at the very least delicately crafted.
Citrine?
Cacophony. Look at how that tree shines. At least something of it has to be mine.
Artie, my dear, while I happen to think that yes, it is very lovely, as an elf, I'm going to speak to you as someone who knows about fae and arcane secrets and things like that. If you touch anything on that tree, you are going to be turned to gold, or you're going to be cursed into gold, and anything you touch will turn into gold, which sounds great until you try to eat or you touch your dick or something. Or 3, you're going to summon a bunch of, gods who are going to rip you to shreds. One of those 3 things, or some variation thereof will happen.
Wait, are you the oldest of 3 sons by chance?
I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a rhyme.
Take your time.
Shakes head.
Okay, are you the middle?
Shakes head.
Are you the youngest?
Shakes head.
Well, I don't know.
Holds up one finger.
Oh,
You're
only child.
An only child?
Oh, that's
Shakes
bad.
head.
Oh, that's real bad.
No, that's real bad. Don't do that.
Shakes head.
Definitely don't touch that. Shakes head?
So so not an only child, but not the oldest, middlest, or youngest. Are you just somewhere in between?
Shrugs.
No, wait.
Oh!
You know what? We can talk about your family tree later.
It's like fish, so you were all born at the same time, right?
Nods.
Okay. That's weird. I don't know how that fits into
Okay, well, are
stereotypes.
you the middle or the youngest?
Shrugs.
Either way, he shouldn't touch the tree. Let's move on.
Yeah. Come on, Artie. We're just not going to look at the tree anymore. Just put on blinders. Do you want me to put my hands over your eyes?
Shakes head.
Cacophony just throws her arm around Artie, yoinks him in so his head just slams into her breasts. You're welcome. And then just kind of guides him away.
So you're clutching him to your bosom.
Yes, absolutely.
He just
Okay.
has a thumbs up now.
I'm gonna go look at this work table.
Cacophony swings herself and Artie over to the fountain to stare into it.
Alright, I guess Cacophony, but not Artie, give me a perception check. And, Jill
16.
and Mr. Hurst, give me a investigation check, and I don't know, Alviva, you are dancing with the giant.
Your
Yeah.
new boyfriend.
well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or, your new beau. Let's go with that one.
Yeah, a bow. I like that. We're talking it out, though. It's a very one-sided conversation. I'm trying to learn how to speak corpse flower.
I got a 19 investigation.
Mr. Hurst got a 5.
The cauldron down here is actually swirling with a sort of green gas that appears to be contained within. There are a couple of broken glass bottles. You can see one that is on the floor there. There is also, these benches were probably arranged around the dead tree in the same way that the benches are arranged in the northern half of the room, but they are blocking the western exit there. The bottles on the table, one of them appears to be some kind of... You got a 19?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them appears to be it might be an antidote of some kind. There's also shards of broken glass everywhere down there.
I'm going to gingerly take the antidote bottle.
Okay. You have bottle of antidote.
Okay, so here's an antidote. What part of this is going to be the most poisonous? I don't know. I'm just going to put this in my bag for later. That's probably smart.
Yeah, you put it in the place where that diamond used to be.
Aw.
What was Cacophony's perception?
16.
16. The fountain is actually much deeper than you would expect. It goes down about 8 feet or so, but the central part there is a pillar that goes all the way down as well, and you can sort of see that there are seams, I guess, in the pillar underneath the surface of the water.
Artie?
Mm-hmm.
Can you
All
breathe
right, there's a
underwater?
fish.
Mm-hmm.
She shoves Artie into the water.
And that's how Artie died.
Well, it was acid.
Oh.
No, that was a joke. Artie, now that you're down there, you get a pretty good look at it. It looks like there is a, trying to think of how to describe it. It's like when a cylinder has a smaller cylinder inside it, and they rotate to form an opening. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Telescoping?
Yes, I know what you mean.
Yes.
Yeah. It looks like there is that.
Like a
in there.
kaleidoscope, but instead of fun colors,
Yes.
you just have an opening every once in a while.
Yeah, so it looks like
Ah.
a roughly medium-sized opening could be made in this statue. And there is, in fact, a lever down there on the side of the statue. It's underneath the statue's left hand, about 5 feet straight down from that
Right.
under the water.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna pull it.
Oh, okay.
Cacophony approves. She gives a thumbs up.
All right. This is great. This is fantastic. Make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, I love a dexterity saving throw. I got a 7.
Oh, boy.
Dice. It's a backgammon sound.
Let's see, just gotta check Artie's HP real quick.
It's 58.
Fine.
Ooh, that's a rough one, buddy.
How many are my minus? Yeah?
Can any of us swim enough to get him out of the pool?
Well, I mean, hopefully he'll float back up to the surface.
The pool is now red.
You hit the lever.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of like the sort of slow kind of grinding rotation that you would expect, this thing slams open,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a suction from beneath,
Oh!
and all of the water and you are dumped somewhere.
Flushed.
Oh.
It then slams shut.
Ah!
Arturos takes 32 points of damage,
Oh, fun!
and the fountain begins to slowly fill back up as the water has never stopped pouring out of the statue's hands. So we're just gonna move Arturos' token here to the GM lair.
Okay. Bye, guys!
What was that?
Artie's disappeared.
The 32 points of damage, Arturos, came from a very long fall.
Whee!
And you are... Do you have dark vision?
No.
No.
Okay.
Maybe you should have called in that polymorph and turned into like a bird.
He's not intelligent enough to have thought of that.
You are in pitch darkness.
Right?
You are on a sort of grating, like a metal grating, like the floor is a grating. And as you sort of like land, there's also something squishier in there.
Oh!
Oh, gosh.
So it's a big... That hurt. I don't know what to rhyme with it. God damn it, I hate rhyming!
Flirt.
Why don't I get to flirt? That
Blood
hurts.
is splurt.
That hurts. I should maybe have been more alert.
Or Kurt.
Nice.
So pretty much Giuliana's down here at this makeshift alchemy bench, picks up an antidote and goes, antidote, and goes to put it in her pack. Meanwhile, there is a loud water draining sound from, and Cacophony sees Artie leave.
Cacophony goes, oh!
Can I make a note that it sounds like a toilet flushing?
It does. It actually sounds exactly like that.
What? What?
Did you find something cool, Cacophony?
What?
Ostensibly, yes!
Where's... Juliana runs over, looks at Cacophony's boobs. Where's Artie?
Well, see, there was water, and there was a lever
She
and a
looks
door.
over at the golden tree, doesn't see Arturos there, and...
So, Artie went into the fountain to pull the lever, and it opened
what?
up and sucked the water down, and now
Sorry,
Artie's
the
gone.
The what? The lever? Excuse
You
me?
lost Artie?
He's gone?
Yeah, he just disappeared in there.
Where did they... Stairs down, stairs down, stairs down, stairs down!
Mr. Hearst is going to go check out the bench blockaded staircase to see if it leads down.
The bench is blocking a... Oh, I'm so happy. That trap didn't get sprung the first time I read this. It actually got sprung from the other side, which was very difficult. Yes, there is a staircase leading down behind this sort of makeshift blockade. A very large spiral staircase.
Mr. Hearst is 8 feet tall. How tall are these benches?
Oh no, it is very like it's just a couple of benches stacked up and like a table. It's very easily cleared.
Okay, he's just going to toss some benches aside.
Yeah, very easily jumped over or very easily moved. Both.
Yeah.
Cacophony casually trots over after Mr. Hearst.
I think the staircase down is this way. I think if Artie went anywhere, it was probably
Juliana's just
down.
making a dash.
I stopped for a second to like wave goodbye and blow a little kiss to my corpse flower bow, and I'm like, I'll be back, and I will go follow.
Blow to kiss.
I did blow it a kiss. Mwah.
Yes.
The corpse flower like raises a tentacle and, catches the kiss. And then raises another vine and, waves. And then sighs.
It's very expressive when a large-sized corpse flower sighs.
It's a sigh that's like the rustling of leaves in the wind.
The party has been split. My favorite thing that has happened.
Great. What a bunch of good choices.
Who in the party does have dark vision?
Me.
Jill, Cacophony, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Mr. Hurst has no dark vision. He's a hippo man.
I'm a human.
I'm gonna throw up a light cantrip.
Thank you.
And just sort of I'm just gonna just put it on one. I'm as I pass Alviva, I'm just gonna smack one of her swords with the flat of my palm and just give it a light cantrip.
Give me a order in which you would like to run down the stairs. I assume
Mr. Hurst should go first.
is
Yeah.
the lead.
Jill's
Okay.
coming up second.
Cacophony third.
Yeah, and Aviva's at the end.
Wow, that's actually the order I put you in.
Just after this, I would like to petition the GM for dark vision. Because Aquaman has dark vision. I don't have dark vision.
It's not in the book. I don't know what to tell you.
Artie, while they're running down the stairs, what are you doing, buddy?
He's probably just rubbing whatever side hurts most and sitting still, trying to listen for anything, because he can't fucking see.
Do you want to feel around down there?
Oh, feel around. Let's do that. Yeah.
All right. Feeling around, the walls are pretty close. You're not in a very large room.
Mm-hmm. But there's something squishy near me.
There is something squishy.
Is it
Like-
still near him? Has it moved?
No, it hasn't moved. It does have the general. How long's already been an adventurer?
At least 6 levels.
Okay. It's a body.
Uh-huh.
It's a waterlogged body.
I figured as much.
Yeah. You are in appears to be a 10-foot by 10-foot, very cold stone room with a grating in the floor. And nothing else you can see. Just you, a waterlogged dead body, 4 walls. Good times.
You're having a giggle.
Just me and a corpse. At least it's not a horse.
Corpse, horse. I mean, it's a slant rhyme. Okay.
Not a lot rhymes with corpse, I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Listen, I was a freeform poet in my teenage youth. I don't care about you damn.
Wow, what a rebel.
You can also, obviously stand. The ceiling you would estimate is roughly 80 feet above your head.
JEMJAMMER is performed by Annie Creighton, Kit Walker, Mackenzie Weaver, and Vicky Sharon, and it is edited by Jake Mason. Our character designs were concepted by Rio, who you can find at vriosart on Twitter, and our cover art was illustrated by Canary Witch, who you can find at doodlesfromthebird.tumblr.com. Our opening and closing music is by Reckoning Storm Audio Works. You can find more episodes of this show, as well as our other shows and news at our website, crookedrussiancam.horse. You can find us on Twitter at CRC Podcasts and on Tumblr at crookedrussiancam.tumblr.com. If you want to support us, a like, rating, review, subscribe wherever you find our podcast is super helpful and helps us get discovered. And if you want to give us some money, you can do that at patreon.com/thejemjam or ko-fi.com/crookedrussiancam.
I'm going to furiously pet my cat who has been demanding attention since we started.
Was that him wailing earlier?
No, that was one of Annie's, I think.
Whoa, just no. We you don't have to say one. We know which one wails.